raw thoughts from a third-time mom at 4 weeks postpartum, because experience doesn't always make postpartum easier. First, starting off, I will say the transition from 2 to 3 has been the easiest, but also hard in its own way. It probably took about 3 weeks for my toddler, I feel like, to fully adjust to the baby. And then I'm trying to manage a newborn, a toddler, and a preteen all during the summertime, and I feel like that's been the hardest thing for me right now. Not gonna lie, I feel like everybody thinks being postpartum in the summer is like the best time, but honestly, I've been having the worst cabin fever because of the fact like I live in Texas. I can't go out and do the normal things. Like I can't go swimming, I can't go to the river, I can't go to the water parks. And so that's just been the hardest thing for me to deal with right now postpartum. I feel like lately, even at 4 weeks postpartum, the days are still just blending together. Like I am just craving some sort of routine right now so bad. And really it is my goal next week. I'll be 5 weeks postpartum. I really want to get into a better routine, getting out of the house every day. I feel like that'll really help because like I said, I've just been feeling so like cooped up lately in a sense, and we do get out, but I want to get back into the routine of like me and my toddler would always go places all of the time, especially since my husband has like a couple more weeks of paternity leave, then he has to go back to work for a couple weeks. So I definitely want to start doing like a little bit more like family things if we can. I feel like the third time around, breastfeeding is still just as hard as it is the first time. It's just one of those things that I feel like is truly never easy, no matter how many times you've done it. I definitely find me at times missing part of my old life, but also loving this season at the same time. I feel like one of my deepest regrets, and it's something that I can't really control, was the fact that I had to get induced, to technically 3 weeks early, and so I didn't get to do a lot of the things that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to spend more time with my toddler, wanted to spend more time with my family, my husband, and I didn't really get to do any of those things because I was literally had like a week to rush and prepare for a baby. So that's something I've been like really struggling with lately. And I feel like my doula told me that the hormone crash typically stops around 2 weeks postpartum. Mine has quite literally been the opposite. I feel like the first 2 weeks I was just in this huge like adrenaline rush and everything and just really adjusting, and then I feel like around like 3 weeks postpartum was when the hormones really started to hit me a lot harder. I've been so much more emotional the last 2 weeks than I was the first 2 weeks. A little like raw and honest update about how I'm feeling right now at 4 weeks postpartum as a mom of 3. And if if you're a first time mom watching this, it is so completely normal to feel grateful and overwhelmed at the same time.